Hey, what's up guys, Tarek from Backsplash Packs. So now what we're going to do is we've done our software loading for the actual printer itself. We have done a small video on why you need to clean it and how to clean it at the beginning of each day. And now what we're going to do is we're going to actually load the RIP software. Okay, so you should have one of these, something that looks similar like this. Now, I have two of these machines. This one came from the older machine. I got a newer box with a newer looking thing, but in either case, you're looking for like a purplish color. And this is actually the key to run the RIP software, so you have to have this, okay? You cannot function without it. So I'm gonna install it now. Well, actually, I'll wait. Let's just do it. We'll do it so you can see why it's there to begin with. So first thing we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna go back to our folder. I have a shortcut here in mind, but you remember these folders that were here. And we're now going to go to our software driver. Okay, we're going to double click that. And right now what we're going to do is forget all this. We're just going to go right here and we're going to extract our RIP print software. So let's go ahead and do that and click next. It's going to put another folder with one file inside. That's it right there. Go ahead and double click that and you're going to get a message box asking if yes, that's fine. And we're going to go ahead and go. Now, because I've already installed this software in the past, I'm going to get a message from Microsoft. I think it's a redistribution C++ pack. Do I want to repair it or whatever? Just ignore that. If you haven't loaded this before or something that used the redistribution software for Microsoft C++, then you won't get that. Just don't worry about it is the main thing, okay? All right, so here we go. And so here's, see, it's asking for this. We're just going to do a repair. I mean, it doesn't matter. And then we're going to click finish, okay? And we're going to do another repair. Click finish and click finish. Okay, now that's it, right? Now this is automatically put a shortcut. I don't like having the extension on the end. Okay, so let me just delete that because it makes two lines. All right, so now we've loaded the software, and so what the next thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to right click on the software, and we're going to left click on open file location. Okay, and it should be low, yeah, in the x86 under RiPrint, it's right here. Okay, and I want you to leave that here and scroll up and find the printer folder. It's right here, and here you're going to have something called Host and Soft. This is the company that makes the software. Okay, double click it. All right, now while this is open, go back to your folder, okay, where we took all the USB contents. Go back to software driver, find this EPS-TX800, click it once, and then click copy. Come over here and click paste. And when it asks you what you want to do, make sure you click replace. Okay, okay, do this for all, click continue, and that's it. So we're basically replacing the files there, and that's it, right? So now that part is done, and now what we're going to do is we're actually opening the software, and we're going to set it up. So go ahead and double click on RiPrint, and click yes. And before we get too carried away with it, I'm going to show you exactly what is going to happen with this. So as you can see right here, it says UV demonstration. It's in demonstration mode because it doesn't know you have a license yet. As soon as you plug this in, within a few seconds after plugging it in, if I could plug it in, hold on, there we go. Watch that disappear. Okay, you can close this little menu, pops up, and now you can see it's no longer in demo mode. Now it's in the actual mode. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do once we're here is we're going to go to this top right or top left, I mean, and we're going to click down and go to canvas setting. And since I've already had mine loaded, it's pulling up the old data. Excuse me. Make sure to mimic mine. So make sure if yours is in centimeters or inches, make sure to put it in millimeters, and make sure to put 280 by 420. Now let me just explain to you. The video that they put out initially said 300 by 420. However, the system does not print 300 by 420. It prints 280 by 420. So just do that. Sorry, but that's the way it is. Make sure everything else here matches. 280, 420, millimeter, millimeter. Make sure you drop the millimeter, 00000, all that. Click OK. Then go back to RiPrint and go to printer setting. And you'll see you have the TX800 here. Make sure it has the words default beside it. If it doesn't, highlight it and click set as default, but most likely it's going to if you've done the step. But if not, make sure that you just, so like if it was this one, you would click set as default. So if your EPS-TX800 is not say default, highlight it, click default, and then click exit, okay? All right, now that that's done, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to go and click this spot color right here, okay? And let me just look at something here to make sure our stuff matches the same. It does, it does. Okay, so on this, what you're going to want to do is you're going to change this here to spot, okay? And you're going to change this to spot. It's going to say channel 1, channel 2. That's perfect. Output channel 1, channel 2. And percent is going to be 100, 100. Then on your density, drag both of them all the way to the right to 100. Now, for the next part, you're going to use symmetrical mode. And you're going to change this number to negative 0.15. And then for this one, you're going to use, it's going to be smooth mode. And you're going to change this one to 1.5 positive. And click OK. That is it. And let me just make sure on my notes. That's it. I mean, you're done. That's all you had to do. Okay. Now, once that's done, you can now, like, you remember the test file we just printed to show why it's important to clean, right? So we just did that one. So let me show you where that came from. I did an import, and this is the test chart right here. Okay. But look how big it is. Okay, it's going to ask you, do you want to load it original size? Oh no, that's the one. Yeah, that's it right there. Look how huge that is. That's 264 millimeters by 150. That is like, it takes forever and it's huge. So what did I do is I made it smaller, right? So all I did is I went over here and I said, make it 100, right? And it's linked like that. Now, one of the things that I want to show you is what you're going to do when you're done here, right? So you need to, you're not going to save it necessarily. You can save the file, but in order to pull it into the printing software, you need to print this, and it's going to print it to a file. Let me kind of show you what I mean. If you go back to RiPrint, you go to printer setting, and you have your TX right here, right? If you double click that, see how it says output is going to be file, okay? You could output straight to the printer, but we're not going to. Don't change any of this, by the way. This doesn't mean anything to me, okay? It's not going to mess with you right now. This is the way default should be, but you're going to print to a file, which means when I need to make the PRN file, which is what the printing software reads. So I'm going to take this file and I'm going to click print. Now, I want you to look at my settings real quick, okay? So here, they give you a lot of options here. Ignore the 07 and 08s for right now. I'm not really sure if we're going to be using those. I don't think that I did. So you can pick your output as like a 720 by 1440 2-bit, okay? And then what we're doing here is this should be the same. And once you put this in, I think it's going to save it. Let me make sure. Yeah, pass 16. There's a 16 pass. CMYK. Use ICC. That's right. And let me see. No, that's pretty much it. Okay. So that's right. So make sure you drop this down to the 720 by 1440 16 pass, which is fine. Okay. Now, a couple things that I want to show you that I did. Okay. First thing is, sorry, I keep hearing a noise. Where it says file, that's normal, leave that alone. Where it says rename, custom, leave that alone. But here's what I did. Let me show you what happens when I don't have these clicked, okay? First of all, forward output has to be done. That way it's going to send the table going right. But I treat my table, and to do this, I think I'm just gonna have to activate the camera, so hold on. Let me show you this, okay? So here's my camera, here's my table, right? Okay, so I printed, and I'll give you this file, but I printed the printing area, so I know within 1/10 of a millimeter exactly where I'm at, okay? So what I want you to see is this area of my printer is my top of my piece. So if I was printing a document, right, or I don't know, an acrylic, something on acrylic, this would be the top, and this would be the front top area, right? So that when I grab it, so for example, when I printed, when we did this test print, right, and we had the good one, I laid it down just like this, and it was blank, and it prints this. That's what this represents on your screen, okay? So I want it to be, as you can see, I want it to be mirrored horizontally, and I want it to be mirrored vertically, okay? And then what else do I have? And then I want an absolute coordinate. The absolute coordinate is because I know that I've set this off to where 0 on this program, and the absolute is referring to this right here. Sorry, I didn't mean to move that. Let me get this and put it back real quickly, okay? And then I'll get rid of it, okay? So the absolute on here is this right here, okay? So let me move this. It's this here. This is 0 and this is 0. And I wanted to treat my print like it's at 0, 0, and it is. So everything gets pushed to the corner, and this is the beginning, right? So this area is the beginning. So I hope I'm explaining that right. Let me turn this back on. So this is 0.00 right here. This is the top of my sheet, right? So when I take it off, I'm going to turn it, and that is the top of my paper. I'm sure that makes sense, but I just want to make sure this is how I have it, and that's how I know my prints are going to be identical every time, because I already have my 0 set. I don't want this thing to offset it, so I want it to use absolute coordinates, not anything that's made up or otherwise just like just put it wherever you want, right? Because if I click this here, then it's going to automatically just go where it wants to go. I want this to be just like this perfectly. This also allows me to allocate. For example, if I'm printing on a long sheet, right, and I have different projects on there, I can lay them out using the absolute coordinates of this sheet and the printer will match, so I don't have any waste. So just for the sake of this, make sure these are all set like this, okay? And then when you're done, click print. It's going to bring up the file name, make a file wherever you want to put it, and you type it as in, I'll put a sample test, okay? And because of the way this is run, you can put it on your desktop, it'll be easier to find, but I'm just going to leave it here. Okay, now you can see where it's going here, and let me get rid of the camera real quick. You can see where it's counting here, 62%, 63%, blah, 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 blah. Perfect, it's done. So now when we go to our software, okay, and I click open, and I have to go find my, oh, finally it's nicer this time, okay. And I go here. Oh, you know what? I just realized. If you go to File and you search for it, it's worse. If you go to Print and you click Open Files, you get the dialog box. Okay, so do that from now on. But anyways, let's go here, Profiles, and let's go to Procolored. And then there is my sample test right here. And when I open it, there it is. You see? And it's ready to go. Now, from here, you can pick how you want. You can do 16 pass, VSD, or 8 pass. 16 pass is supposed to be higher quality, 8 pass is lower quality, so you figure out if you want to do a test run or not. That's it. All right, so that's it. Your software is done. Now there is a lot of stuff to learn about this software, and I'll go through some tutorials on it, and I'll show you how we make templates using this software. It's awesome. Not using their stuff, but using stuff that we make in-house that you can make in-house as well. But that's pretty much how you use it, and all your settings are done, and once you close it, right, if I click exit, no, I don't want to save. Once I open it back up, yes. Okay, and I want to import. Let's do an import again. I'll take this. Let's just say I want to do a custom width there. Okay, and I say print. You'll see everything I did was already saved, so you don't have to do it again. It's already saved and you're good to go. That's it, guys. So you now have your RiPrint software. So now the only thing left, well, there's a lot of things left, but one of the things left is how to make your images, right? So, excuse me. One thing I did not know about this when I ordered it a month ago, because I just had my machine, my new one for a month, is that you need something like Photoshop. Nobody said that when I got this, so I had to get Photoshop and teach myself how to use Photoshop. I'm going to put some tutorials on all that you need to know about Photoshop to make it work here. That's it, right? It took us hours, even with their tech support, to figure out some of the simple problems that we were having. But anyways, this is it for now, guys. That's all you have to do. So now you have all 3 things loaded. You've got your printer stuff, you've got your settings, you've got your RIP software, and you definitely have your printer software here. And now we can get into some of the fine tuning and other issues that you may have. We'll do the troubleshooting part later. If you have any questions, guys, let me know. Please, just subscribe to the channel if you could. Make some comments if you have any. I know I talk fast, so if you need me to slow down on something, just let me know. Most of all, go spend time with your family, guys. You never know how much time you have left. Go make the most of it with them. God bless. And remember to support us, and let me know if you need any help. I'll talk to you later, guys. Be careful. Peace.